this man's going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada, because he's announcing the Buffalo Bills third-round pick. And he's a delight whenever he comes on this program. From Good Morning Football on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line is our friend Kyle Brandt. How you been, Kyle?
I'm good, Rich. How do the hamstrings feel, my friend?
Oh, they're barking.
Are they?
Yes, they are barking. They let me know they're still there. Oh, my God.
I was thinking about you with your run, and I was thinking, however impossible it may be, I wish somehow we could get a stopwatch on you to run 40 yards when on one night, maybe Friday night,
yes.
The name is called of San Diego State punter Matt Ariza, and you do a John Ross 4.2340 running clear across the water out of excitement. That's what we need.
Well, I'll already be warmed up in case anybody takes Sauce Gardner before the Jets to intercept the card from being read at the podium. You know, I just spoke to him in the
breaking news. I saw just now that Andrew Siciliano on the NFL Network asked Sauce Gardner what his favorite sauce is.
Yes, we did too. We asked him that 2 hours ago. We said it's any sauce, is what he said. He mentioned
some. Them all?
He says it barbecue sauce, and then I went through many sauces and then showed my age plus potentially my Judaism when I asked him about apple being a sauce. I stopped him dead in his tracks.
He was like, "Yeah, I had that growing up."
I'm fascinated where he comes out on one of the more polarizing sauces with character concerns, like hollandaise.
That's a red flag.
Sort of a system sauce, if you ask me. I'd have to know what he thought.
Cocktail sauce?
That would be his only red flag. That would be his only red flag. Hollandaise has been said. God bless you, Kyle. Oh, man. All right. Story of the draft going in based on your sitting at the breakfast table and hearing pretty much every narrative from soup to nuts is what? What do you got?
Mystery and chaos. I'm really excited for this draft, Rich. And I'm most excited, I think, for Friday morning.
Okay.
Because people are going to be so mad and so flummoxed because this is this great part of the draft process where the general fan that we love and respect, they're just convinced and they think that the mock drafts are right. They think that they're going to be accurate. And mock drafts are a fun exercise. They're an exploration of what could happen. But when someone's favorite team doesn't take Malik Willis because Lance Zierlein said they would and the fan loses their mind, yes, that's the way it works. And I was just looking. I was doing a mock roundup.
Yes.
So even if you just look at the mocks in the NFL media group, of which there are about 8, this draft is crazy because normally, you have the first 3 or 4 picks. You kind of know they're coming or they're leaked, and you're kind of thinking as a fan, let's get to the crazy picks. Let's get to the drunk picks. They're all drunk, all 32. 9 different players mocked into the top 5. We have Kenny Pickett going to the Lions at 2. We have Kenny Pickett going to the Lions at 32. Schrager has Matt Corral going in the first round. Charles Davis has Desmond Ridder. Peter King has Malik Willis falling out of the first round, and both Cynthia Freeland and Bucky Brooks have 0 quarterbacks in the first round. It's already 3 Irish car bombs deep at the bar, and we haven't started.
So March must have been a major Jell-O shot then, because this whole thing's been drunk ever since Brady said he was unretiring 2 days before free agency. This whole thing has been off its axis.
It has. And remember, I'm just talking about the picks. Let's not forget, if you're out having a bender with your friends and you're just having beers or whatever, and someone has this terrible idea of, let's do some mind erasers, guys. The mind erasers, in this sense, are in the middle of the draft. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, Deebo Samuel was just traded. And breaking news, Jimmy Garoppolo was traded and Baker Mayfield was traded. Those aren't even the picks. Those are the mind erasers that you drink from bottom up with a straw and then you pass out in a gutter, and that's not even the main course of the 32 picks. People say, this draft is down. I love this draft.
Well, I don't know if Deebo will be traded during a draft. That's got to happen in the next 48, I would assume. And I have no idea what the hell happened where some difference in Deebo's mind became irreconcilable. And we've all been sleuthing it out all week long. What is your 2 cents on the subject matter?
Well, I think the simplest one is he's just making this rather garish power play just to get paid by the Niners, and that it's all smoke, and that he's throwing a fit, and he's putting messages out, and just he sat there and he watched everybody get paid at his position, and kind of came late in the season, well after Tyreek got paid and Devontae. and he's just throwing a fit, and all the things are nonsense, and he just wants to be paid, and it's just a good old-fashioned pay-me wide receiver thing. The other thing is just something deeper, right? That he sees himself as this other position. He doesn't like how he's being used. Look, I've heard maybe he doesn't like Trey Lance. I've heard all kinds of things. All I know is that if I'm trading for him and somebody sends the Niners everything not nailed down to get Deebo Samuel, I don't want him showing up and saying, I'm a wide receiver. I play the X out there. No, I want him to play Deebo.
Right.
I want him to do the whole Deebo thing. So if he has some sort of feelings or prerogative that it's his right that I am a classical wide receiver and don't use me up in the backfield, I'm not interested.
That's part of the degree of difficulty here because you have to get permission from the 49ers to talk to him because it's so rare you want to talk to a wide receiver to acquire him, and the first question isn't, how much, or that question is how much. It's not about money. It's about how much would you be willing to let us use you at running back, and it's not because he's not a good wide receiver. He's actually a very talented wide receiver who's very physical and can run away from people. It's the issue of how he's used that makes him unique, that makes him Deebo, as you pointed out. And you'd have to have that conversation, and that's all got to happen. And the minute the Niners actually give permission to speak to him, kind of gives up the play that I think they're going to make, which is call him up Thursday night and go, well, the draft has started, and you're still with us because we're not giving you up. I know you saw Devontae get what he wanted, and you saw Tyreek get what he wanted, but what we want is what we hope you want now because you're still here,
Yeah, I've always said that draft picks are just scratchers. They're very appealing and they're fun, and you have a bunch of them and they feel like money until you start getting the penny out and scratching them off, and oh my gosh, this one didn't work, this one didn't work, this one didn't work. Sometimes none of them work. The real players are real cash money in your hands. Deebo Samuel is a proven star, however expensive you might be. I don't know if any of these guys are going to amount to anything, and that's the fun of the draft. Is it's not cash. It's the scratcher thing you buy. It's got cool pictures on it. You got all kinds of fun, and a lot of times you end up broke. So anybody who could trade anything for Deebo, I'm still advocating for. Top 10 pick, I don't care. If you can do it and you can pay him and the Niners say we have no choice, I would do it.
Kyle Brandt here on the Rich Eisen Show from Good Morning Football. Smoke him if you got him for the Bears, huh? On Thursday night.
Gosh.
So,
and if anything from them, I feel like they'll be trading assets. I just think it's we have Justin Fields and anybody else, come and get them. We are going a full trade, sell, beg, borrow, deal, anything. The floose is loose with the head coach, and he's like just saying we're going to start this whole thing over. Anybody but Fields. If anything, they'll trade back. If anything, they'll trade players. But I wish I could tell you some fiery thing that the Bears are going to do. That was last year, Rich. And I remember sitting at the desk and watching you. You were there at the desk, and the Giants logo is in the bottom left part of the screen, and just magically it changes to a Bears logo, and all of Chicago exploded. And then I think we just saw him turn into a crash test dummy combined with a rodeo clown for 6 months, and now we're trying to put something around him.
Well, what's this? What about him? What are your thoughts on him going into this season? What do you think?
Well, candidly, I after he was released, I had a text exchange with Matt Nagy after he was let go, and I thought he was really cool, and I thought he was really magnanimous, and he just said, someday maybe you and I can talk about this, but I can tell you this, Justin Fields has it. He has everything. He is the real deal. They got the right guy. He will be a star in this league, and went on to explain some things about why it didn't work out, but this is a private text. He could have easily said, the guy's a fraud. He should have stayed in college. He loves him, and the guy had nothing to gain from that. I do think he's the real deal. I just I don't even know if he exists in the league. I was in L.A., Rich. His profile is so low because no one watched him last year. I'm sitting in the L.A. hotel, and we're in the one where all the fans are and all the players are. For some reason, I was on the same schedule as Justin Fields. Every time he would come down the elevator, I'd be coming down. Every time I would go up, not a single person in a lobby filled with jersey-wearing guys having beers, looking for autographs, not a single person stopped him. They didn't even recognize him. His profile is so low, and it's a shame because he's unbelievably talented, and I think this year is going to be rough. I really do.
The biggest move in March is what? What do you think?
I have kind of an under-the-radar one. I think the Bills adding Vaughn, completed the set. This is a turnkey home. You go into this Bills home and you never have to say, love it. We just got to change the counters and knock out one of those. No, it's set. And they haven't even drafted yet. And, I know a lot of people are projecting that they're going to draft this running back, Breece Hall. That's a luxury item. The Bills are a full team. If whatever draft pick they get in the first round, it is one of those screw-it purchases you don't even need in your house, like heated floors in your bathroom. We don't need them, but my wife likes to have her feet warm in the morning, so I'll spend a couple grand and put them in. That's what they'll do with their first-round pick. They have the full offense. They have the full defense. They didn't need Vaughn. They don't need Vaughn to win the Super Bowl next year, but they did. And it was just why the hell not move? And then I think Brandon Beane just lit up a cigar and said, all right, boys, it's on you.
Yeah, I know. I heard Emmanuel Sanders, who I think the world of on Good Morning Football, talk about how Gabriel Davis is really, could be the one, and that's not a slight against Stephon Diggs. It's just like, look out. Like there's room for improvement on that offense.
There is. And I think the answer to that, too, is look out, is that I don't think Davis is going to be long for the Bills. He'll get that money at some point next year. So it's like, this is the year. And Sanders was incredible. I mean, to have somebody like him who knows everybody, who's been in the big games, who's still so close to his career. I mean, he told this story. You think you've heard all the Josh Allen erotica you could handle about his arm strength and the Paul Bunyan stuff. He said that Josh Allen throws him a touchdown pass in the playoffs, runs into the end zone, screams in his face, I'm that guy. I am that guy. And I was like, whoa. And Emmanuel's like, I didn't know he had that in him. Like, he is that guy. He is a psychopath, and that's what he's got.
89th overall pick. That's yours, you're announcing, huh, for the Bills in Vegas?
I'm that guy, Rich.
Okay, what do you got?
I said yes.
Okay.
And I am suddenly brought to being a fan at home who has watched the draft my entire life.
Yes.
And I'm going to be standing there in Vegas. And I'm nervous, Rich, about one thing in particular.
I know what it is. Can I guess?
I got to stick the kid's name.
Oh.
Whoever it is, the pronunciation. Because if you look at somebody like Pat McAfee, as great as he was, he had the verbal dexterity to stop his hype job and stick the name Bobby Okereke. And it's tough. I've been doing the work. I'm hoping that I get Alabama running back Brian Robinson or UGA running back James Cook. However, I am prepared should the Bills with the 89th pick draft Iowa State defensive tackle Ioma Iwazurike. I will be ready for Ioma Iwazurike.
Look at you.
And I just want to give that kid the respect of his name.
You're a professional. You're studying film. I get it. Let me also put your mind at ease. So because I've been around the backstage block at the draft quite a bit, and I have seen the cards. I've seen how it all works. And they have everything already written out, like a big Mad Lib, with a blank pick, this blank team selects blank, and that they just basically take a sticker with, or at least they used to do this, with the team name, and then they write down the number on the card, and then everything is phonetically hooked on phonics, all of it, because trust me, as much as they want to make sure everybody gets it right, there's one person in particular they want to make sure is phonetically ready all to go, and that's the commissioner. It's all, like, trust me, and I love McAfee as much as anybody else. It's not like he knew Okereke off the top of his head. Like, it was pretty much spelled out phonetically, and I'm sure they walked him through it. You'll be fine with that. My concern for you is that the team kind of screws you over and trades out of that round. That's the thing that you're all hyped, you're ready to go, you're on the clock, and then all of a sudden Belichick swoops in and takes the pick. I doubt the Bills will make that trade, but you know what I'm saying? That's my concern.
More than you know. I'll do Good Morning Football Friday morning, then go directly to LaGuardia, get on a plane, screech down in Vegas, go directly to the stage with my bag.
Oh, my God.
And hand that. Hopefully, I don't land and find out, Brandon being traded the pick. I should just go right home, or shoot, I'll just hit the tables at Bellagio. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm nervous about that, too.
You didn't get that email about the tables at the Bellagio, Kyle? You didn't get that in your inbox?
You know what? I think they went to spam. I should probably check that. I probably should, but
I'd check your spam folder.
Phonetic spelling sometimes, Rich. Even that throws me off. There's a bunch of umlauts and tildes and ampersands, and I can't read that thing either. I'm so nervous about that. I'm going to do this great performance and then butcher the kid's name. But to your point, hopefully there even is a kid, and Brandon Beane didn't try some sort of a last-minute antic.
Hey, man, just stay overnight, and you'll do it in the 4th round. That's it. Just stay overnight.
If they'll have me, I'll be happy to be there.
Do it.
It is the second Bills pick of Friday night, and
oh, great. You got
as
it.
I promised the Mafia, I can't tell them a lot of things, but I can promise it will not be boring.
I love it. I look forward to it, Kyle. Always appreciate this call, and I do hope to see you in Vegas. That'll be fun.
Give it a ride, Rich. Can't wait to watch it.
All right, bud. Right back at you. Yeah. At Kyle Brandt. Check him out of the Emmy-nominated Good Morning Football. I just decided with Schrager and him on the last 2 days, we can't, it's the elephant in the room. It's the Emmy elephant in the room that we're nominated for the same award. Yeah. Best studio show.
Best studio show daily.
Yes, indeed. Good Morning Football. Stupendous program. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.